5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cue to Roberts. All right. On air in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jack, get a cue ready for Robert. And tell Robert to go.
Hi, I'm Robert McMillan, and this is Newswatch. $3.7 billion in emergency funds. That's what President Obama is asking Congress to confront an immigration crisis. The money would be used to store up border security, stop smugglers, speed up the processing of the immigrants, and improve care for kids in federal custody. Many of the tens of thousands of young immigrants from Central America who have illegally crossed the border in Texas remain in limbo.
Cue to chat.
So, how did you like this experience of going through the newsroom?
Well, Robert, I definitely learned a lot, and it's definitely going to be a beneficial experience of my life that I'll look back at, and I'm glad I did this, and definitely looking forward to something like this.
Probably the next story.
How about you?
You know, I really like looking to a camera and just saying stuff. I barely know what I'm saying, but, you know, something's coming out of my mouth.
Cue Jesse for the next story.
Oh, yeah.
All right, go.
Gun sales have fallen sharply from a year ago. CRT research says sales dropped 7.6% through the end of June compared to the first half of last year. Gun enthusiasts apparently aren't as worried about new federal gun restrictions going into effect the way they were in 2013. Now there's a lot less urgency for people to run out and buy assault weapons while they still can. President Obama tried to pass a gun bill last year that would have restricted military-style semi-automatic rifles, but the legislation failed in the Senate. A CRT analyst says the #1 driver of the big sales spikes last year have been under legislation, but he said the industry is still strong. Gun makers say while rifle sales are dropping, sales of handguns are declining.
Chat again.
Sign out. Sign out.
What's that mean?
Sign out.
Thank you for joining us this evening on Newswatch.
And fade to black. Nice. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, go ahead. Give Jesse the cue.
The money would be used to shore up border security, go after smugglers, speed up the processing of the immigrants, and improve care for kids in federal custody. Many of the tens of thousands of immigrants
Don't laugh.
who have illegally crossed the border in Texas remain. Americans aren't stockpiling assault rifles like they used to. Gun sales have fallen sharply from a year ago. CRT research says sales dropped 7.6% through the end of June compared to
Good job,
the first
Cronky.
half of last year.
You're just letting it scroll.
Aren't as worried about
Usually you
federal
can,
gun
actually.
restrictions going into effect the way they were in 2013. Now there's a lot less urgency for people to run out and buy assault weapons while they still can. President Obama tried to pass a gun bill last year that would have restricted military-style semi-automatic rifles, but the legislation failed in the Senate. A CRT analyst says the #1
$3.7 billion in emergency funds. That's what the President Barack Obama is asking from Congress to confront an immigration crisis. CRT research says sales dropped 7.6% though the end of June compared to the first half of last year. Gun enthusiasts apparently aren't as worried about new federal gun restrictions going into effect the way they are in 2013. Now there is a lot less urgency for people to run out and buy assault weapons while they still can. President Obama tried to pass a gun bill last year that would have restricted military sales semi-automatic rifles on the legislation #1 driving.
Jack, make sure you cue
sales
Jesse.
spikes has been fear of legislation. But he said the industry is still strong. Gun makers say while rifle sales are dropping, sale of handguns are climbing.
Which is the emergency?
Turns mic up.
Which one is this?
Two.
Turn up the thermostat. But there are other ways to trim costs. Karen Kapa looks at alternative tips to save energy and money.
Keep Jesse on.
Take. Read. Tell him to read.
Here on August 25th this year. Sitting at a desk all day long can be very uncomfortable, and experts say it can also be bad for your health. So, what can people do to combat this problem? We know that sitting all day long, whether at a desk or on the couch, can be bad for your health. Recent studies have linked to much sitting to health issues like obesity and heart disease, but there are things you can do to get yourself up and moving, both for free and for a price. Money Magazine offered a list of products and costs. First, a standing desk. Runs anywhere from $20 to nearly $1,500. The basic premise is that standing at least gets you up on your feet. If you don't want to spend the money, you can always use a high counter. If you want to move while you work, you can get looking into a treadmill desk. Many say that's slightly more expensive. The cheapest is $700, and some employees are lucky enough to have yoga classes offered at the office. So the bottom line is don't sit that much. Move around the office as much as possible during the day. Walking around won't cost you a thing.
Take two.
On Wall Street today, the U.S. stock market is ending slightly higher as investors assess corporate earnings.
Ready, Dio?
Here's a look
Take
at
Dio.
today's closing numbers from Wall Street.
Dissolve.